Hello guys, this is Harshvardhan. Welcome back to my channel Harshas VS. Guys, now we are going to discuss the advancement in the oscilloscopes, that is called as a digital storage oscilloscope. This digital storage oscilloscope is the advancement of the normal general analog oscilloscope. Nowadays we are using, or we are preferring the digital storage oscilloscope. Why we need to study the digital storage oscilloscope, or why we need to use the digital storage oscilloscope? Because our analog oscilloscopes or our normal conventional oscilloscope do not store the signal information. Once the signal is displayed, then the signal information is not stored at all. But if we want to get back the signal which is displayed 2 days ago, now what we need to do? We need to another time we need to process the signal at the input, and this process continues, and again after the processing the signal will be displayed, right? No, but every time giving the signal is a complex task. Now what we are doing? We are giving signal only for the one time. Now the signal data is stored in the oscilloscope, and the signal is displayed. Now whenever we require the signal, now we will just read back from the memory. Okay, it is the main advantage of a digital storage oscilloscope. And why it is called as a digital storage means our analog signal information is completely stored in the form of a digital. Okay, now we will discuss about the block diagram carefully. Listen carefully. By listening this concept carefully, you will get understand for the first time. Okay, here we are applying input signal. At this point we are applying input signal. In general, our input signal will consist of signal plus noise, right? There is a addition of noise in the channel, plus we are having a signal. Now it is given to input attenuator. What is the role of attenuator here? Attenuator will block the noise, so noise will be not allowed for the further process, and at this point only the existence of signal. Now what will happen? Due to attenuation, the signal strength may be weak, so we are amplifying the signal using a vertical amplifier. So at this point we will get amplified signal. Okay, hope up to this point you are having a clean idea. Okay, now at this point what is happening? Our signal is giving to sample and hold circuit, and here trigger circuit. We will discuss about trigger circuit after some time. Now we are going to discuss about sample and hold circuit. This is an analog signal, right? Now the sample and hold circuit will sample the signal. Okay, so analog signal is converted into discrete signal. So at this point what will happen? Analog signal is converted into discrete. Okay, so our analog signal is converted into discrete signal, but not a digital. In order to convert the discrete into digital, we are using analog to digital converters. Now what will happen? At this point our signal is a discrete. Now our signal has become into digital format. Digital refers to binary data. It means of a zeros comma ones. So in this complete process, our analog signal is first sampled and converted into discrete. From discrete we are going into the digital format. Okay, now it has become a easy task to store our digital data in the memory. Okay, now what will happen? Our signal information is stored in the digital format in the memory. Now whenever we require, we can take from this memory. it is the main advantages of using a digital storage oscilloscope. If we cleanly observe this complete process or this part which is shown here, it is a PCM. PCM stands for pulse code modulation. In the pulse code modulation also, what we will do, we will take an analog signal and we will convert into discrete from the by using a quantizer. We will quantize the signal, and by using the encoder, what we will do, we will encode some binary data. So we are converting some analog signal in the form of a digital using a PCM circuit. It is the process or it is the process that is used for converting the analog signal into digital signal. Okay, now what will happen? Now my digital signal in a memory, I am having the digital signal, right? Now the digital signal is carried out and it is given to digital to analog converters. What is the role of this D by A, digital to analog converters? Means this digital to analog converters will do reverse operation. Now this digital signal is converted into analog signal by using a digital to analog converter. Now what will happen? Now it is given to vertical deflection amplifier, and it is given to the vertical plates. Okay, so from here the vertical signal has arrived at this moment. Now what will happen? This is a control logic. In general, what is a control logic? Control logic, it is a microprocessor. Okay, it is a microprocessor. Now whenever we need the digital memory, by using a microprocessor control commands, we will get the signal, or we will get the memory from the digital memory from this memory block. Okay, now this control signal or this microprocessor will be activated when there is a incoming signal. When the input signal has come, we will use, by using the triggering circuit, it will trigger the microprocessor such that this whole operation will be performed. Okay, by using this triggering, microprocessor will become active and it will generate a ramp sequence. It will generate a ramp sequence, but it generate in the form of a digital. Okay, we will generate the ramp sequence, but it will generate in the form of a digital. Now what we need to do, as microprocessor is sending the digital information, so we are unable to display the digital information on the CRO. Now this digital information is again converted into analog, and by using horizontal deflection amplifier, we will amplify the signal and we are giving to horizontal deflection plates. Okay, it is the entire process which is occurring here. Okay, the complete process. First, signal with noise is given to this, and from here memory storage. Whenever required, from here we can take this memory. So it is called a digital storage. Okay, it is the complete process. Now input signal is applied to amplifier and attenuator section. Attenuated signal is applied to the vertical amplifier. Now it is given to analog to digital converter in order to convert into digital format. Sample and hold circuit will sample the analog signal. Now create a data set and store it in the memory. Right? Data set is processed by the microprocessor. This is we have seen. Control logic is microprocessor and then sent to display. It means from here this control logic will control this memory. From this memory the signal will be sent to the display. Time based signal in the form of a digital form given to digital to analog converter from the control logic. The last point we have seen, it is the process there we have explained. Okay, now In general, our DSO, digital storage oscilloscope, will work in the three modes. First mode is a roll mode, store mode, hold and save mode. Now roll mode, why we need to use this roll mode? If my input signal is a very fast varying signal or very high frequency signal, I will use the roll mode. Why I need to use store mode? In order to store the information, I will use the store mode. Why we need to use hold and save mode? In order for the delay, I will hold for some time and I will save and I will process the signal. This is used for a delay. This is used for a fast varying signals. Okay, it is used for the storage. Now, digitizing occurs by taking the samples of input waveform in the periodic format. This is very important, in the periodic format. Now we will understand the concept of sampling. What is a sampling? Sampling is a process of converting the analog signal. Our analog signal is converted into discrete, not a digital, okay, in the form of a discrete. Now suppose assume that we are having an analog signal here in the form of a sinusoids. Okay, now what we will do? We will convert it into discrete type nature. Okay, now what will happen at this point? At this point one sample, at this point one sample, at this point one sample, again one sample, again here single. In this format, by using a periodic nature, we will convert it into discrete type nature. Okay, by using this periodicity concept, now this complete analog signal is converted in the form of a discrete. Okay, now we will see. Due to problem of a aliasing, and another important point that we need to notice, our sampling must be, this sampling process must satisfy the sampling theorem. What is the condition of a sampling theorem? Our sampling rate must be greater than or equal to 2 times of maximum frequency, right? It is the sampling theorem condition. It must be satisfied. We are familiar with this. If this condition is not satisfied, then there is a aliasing effect. When this aliasing effect will come? Fs, our sampling frequency, less than 2 times of maximum frequency. Now at this case we will encounter the problem of a aliasing. Okay, aliasing means loss of our signal information. Okay, at this point we can clearly reconstruct our signal back. Assume you have sent a signal. Now what happened? If this condition is satisfied, there is no problem. Our signal will be stored and it is displayed. Assume that its condition is not satisfied, it is facing the problem of a aliasing, then our signal information is not stored at all. So even there is a input signal flow, but there is no display at the output. So we need to avoid this concept of a aliasing. Okay, so we are unable to make change of the quantizer. Once the quantizer is fixed, it is fixed. So what we can do? We can do the modification in the front side. So before the input signal, what we can do? Store the analog data here. Okay, analog data is stored at the input signal. At the input signal, our analog data is stored. Now what will happen? Even due to aliasing, if our signal information is lost, we are having the analog data is kept for a safe side. From the analog data we can recover the input signal. Okay, this is the process which are using at the present conditions. Okay, we are having at the input signal, we are having a analog data storage by using the analog data storage, if in case we lost the signal also, we are getting back. Okay, now it allows 100 mega samples per second, it is a FS. During digitalization, CRO cannot read a signal, so blind spot will occur. What will happen during digitalization? During this conversion process, our CRO was unable to read, and there is a blind spot, there is a spark of the signal which won't appear, so our signal is not appearing on the screen. It is the only one disadvantage of the DSO. Now, channels are selected by multiplexer. Suppose we are using, consider that we are using a two channels, channel 1 and channel 2. Both channels can't be displayed at a time, right? So what we can do, so here make a multiplier. It is a channel A, it is a channel B. Based upon the requirement, by using the multiplier, select a channel. If you want channel A, select channel A by using multiplexer, or if you want channel B, select channel B based upon multiplexing. From here it's a mux, okay, multiplexer. From here the complete concept is same. For using the selection process, we are using the multiplexer. Okay, now the waveform reconstruction. Why we need to reconstruct the waveform? From this we can clearly see that at this point, D to A, digital to analog converter, our waveform must be reconstructed such that here we can display our analog signal. Right now, our waveform reconstruction is done in the two ways. First one is a linear reconstruction. In the process of a linear reconstruction, what we will do? Suppose, assume that it is a sampling points which we are having. From this, the linear construction is indicating that these points are joined linearly. So this point is joined linearly. From this point is joined linearly. In this process, if our signals is joined, it is called as a linear reconstruction. Hope you understand. This process is called as a linear reconstruction. Suppose by using a sinusoidal, okay, now we will understand how we can reconstruct by using a sinusoidal. Suppose in this process, now what we will do, we will join these dots by using a sinusoidal graph. We will get the approximate same shapes, but we are having a two process. One is a linear, one is a sinusoidal. Linear is used when these 2 points are connected by a straight line. When we use a straight line concept, we will use linear. When we use a sinusoidal graph nature, we will use sinusoidal reconstruction. Guys, this is the complete concept of a digital storage oscilloscope. If you really like the video, please hit the like button, please share among your friends, and if you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe and support me or motivate me. Okay, thank you guys.